Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Hello.
How's it going?
Not too bad. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. How's your week been?
Yeah, it's been a busy one. I've been off for the last 4 days, so I'm back in work tomorrow. But other than that, yeah, it's just madness, really. Just sort of sorting out the house and trying to get some sort of organisation here. It's been another thing I've been trying to do. So, how about yourself?
Yeah, working. We went into Warrington at the weekend with some friends. Had a bit of a look around there. Yeah, it's not been a bad little week, to be fair. Nice and chilled.
Hello to the people in the chat. Thank you very much for coming along tonight. Really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what do you reckon to the top? I've got a new top today. Look at this bad boy.
Very nice indeed.
I know. Nice charity shop pickup. I was like, I'm having that for a couple of quid.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Let's show it off when we go down to... Oh, look at that movie chest. Oh, yeah, forgot my hat. Haha. I'll show that off when I go down to see Chris and Belle.
Yeah, that's it. See, that's the only one in existence, that one, Steve.
Of course it is. Honestly. Mate, honestly, it's got lyrics and everything. It's great.
The hat, not the top.
All right, the hat. Oh, yeah.
It's the only one in existence.
I know. Mind you, I don't want to get it wet in case it shrinks.
Thank you for everyone for joining us. I know we have a little bit of competition this evening, so it's much
really appreciate it.
Right. What do you want to do first, mate? Do you want to go into the homework or?
Yeah, we can do.
Yeah. In fact, Chris is here. If Chris wants to join us, because one of them was his, wasn't it?
Yes, I believe it was.
So let's put the link in now, shall we? Right.
Hey, Lana. Hey, Pat. Hey, Joanne.
All right, let's jump to home. Right. Homework. We had 2 homeworks this week. We had the cable guy, and we had ID2. Now,
yes,
I am not going to lie. We couldn't find ID, so we never watched ID2.
Oh well. To be fair to you, it was sort of a completely different story.
Was it not carry on or nothing?
No, so it was sort of a continuation, but it wasn't, because there was a couple of the older characters in it from the first one. But I think there was like a gap of about 15 years in between the movies being made, 15, 20 years, something like that. So a lot of the main cast that from the first one weren't in it. It weren't like a continuation of the story. It was about another copper going undercover with the I want to pronounce it right. I think it's Shadwell firm, the Shadwell football team. So, but what they did is this, because it was sort of based around the time it was made. It was about an Asian gentleman going in, because they were building a mosque next to the stadium, and it was like the in thing to have the police. It was like a new rookie, right? Up and coming, I think they said he was. But the chief inspector had said to him, "Well, they're not going to suspect you," and sort of shoved him in there because he was the race that he was. As a standalone film, I would say I relatively enjoyed it. It was better than I thought it would be for a sequel, but it was more of a standalone film. And
So it was a sequel in name only, but
Yes.
not in film.
The thing-
Right, okay. So
it
you
was
could have called it something else, and you would never have known it was linked to that.
no, because the thing is it was the same football firm.
Yeah.
But the characters that came back were sort of the B characters from the first film. So the ones that were sort of lingering about, they weren't like the main cast of the first film. They went down the route of very much about the time, about mosques being built, and this rivalry between the football fans and actually the people in the mosque. But yeah, it was okay. I probably wouldn't watch it again, but it was one that I can tick off the bucket list, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Shabba. Speaking of Shabba, actually, that brings us on to the next thing. So, Shabba sent me my not so secret Santa very early.
I thought we weren't opening it.
No, we wasn't. But I got told my secret Santa was wrapped up in this box, and on top of it was some stuff that I could have now. Was I think probably the best way of putting it. So what he's done is he sent me some DVDs, which I'm very grateful for, Shabba. Thank you very much for that. However, it did contain one of this week's homework. Now, I'm not sure why he sent me this one. I've got no idea whatsoever what he was thinking, but he sent me the class of '92. I think he might have been having an off day, or I got confused. But yeah, I've got some good ones in here. I've got Titan AE. I haven't seen that yet, so I'm hoping to watch that one. Ironically, I was looking at this earlier on, Constantine. I watched that when it came out. I've watched it a couple of times now, but not for a while, so I might give that a watch. Is that one, Constantine? Mm-hmm. However, it is part of the 2005. So he nailed it. Probably one of the best comedies ever made. Dumb and Dumber, the first one. I don't rate the second one as much, but the first one definitely was a classic, and it's uncut. So I've got some stuff to watch there. So thank you very much for that, Shabba. Appreciate that. Thanks for the class of '92.
What you're not saying though, Shabba, is that before the show he showed us it, and he went, "I don't know what he's trying to get at here." just pick up what you show me at the start, Steve. Turn to your left.
This one here.
Yeah, that one there. Turn to your left.
I haven't watched, to be fair.
So I wouldn't take too much of his banter there, Shabba, because he's already got it in his collection.
But I have it on DVD now as well, because what other City fan would want 2 copies of Class of '92?
I don't know what City fan would want 1 copy of Class of '92, 2 copies of it. So the second homework was Cable Guy.
Yes.
Now we watched this straight. I think it was Friday night. I think we watched this.
Yeah.
And I know we've had discussions about Jim Carrey films in the past. And it's your typical early days Jim Carrey playing Jim Carrey type of character.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it, but I don't think I enjoyed it as much as I did when I was younger. And Lana just went, "It's shit." She just.
The problem is that it was a bit more of a
Jim Carrey.
It was a darker comedy for him, wasn't it? So you think about it, like for me, like Ace Ventura's, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. What else we got? The Truman Show. Dumb and Dumber, obviously. Those are classics for me. But the thing with Cable Guys, I think it's just a bit OTT for me.
Yeah.
He's ruined that song where he sings it on the karaoke for me. He's definitely ruined that. But yeah, he's I don't think it's aged as well as I watched it when I was there when it came out originally. But it's not as strong a film as I would watch again, really. Jimmy's fab. But this is it. You've got certain actors. I was listening to a thing today going on about The Rock and one of the American guys who does this sort of stuff, and he was saying that sometimes you get actors that just play their own persona constantly, and like you got your Adam Sandler, your Jim Carrey. Although Jim Carrey has diversified a bit more than Adam Sandler did. Although that latest one he did on Netflix is what was it called now? Some Diamond or something. That one's probably a bit different of a character. But yeah, I didn't realize and look at it that way. But like, if you look at The Rock tends to play The Rock in everything he does. You know, I mean, I still enjoy his movies, but I think it's probably going to wear thin.
I don't think if you're 6'6" and built like a shithouse, you can go and play anything covered in.
No, but
you know, you're looking at him in films like what was he in The Game Plan and The Tooth Fairy and stuff like that. He does have a softer side to him, but
yeah, but then there's also Walking Tall,
even in those films, though, he's still an American football player, or he's a ice hockey player or something. Walking Tall was one of his earlier ones, wasn't it? And you know, that's based on a true story, isn't it? Walking Tall.
I enjoy his movies, and I'm not saying I don't enjoy his movies, but there might be a point where it becomes like Adam Sandler, you know, and that sort of character where you get bored of seeing the same thing. Now, I think with The Rock being more of an action film person, it's probably going to be different. I might just enjoy all his movies he brings out, but there is an element of them playing the same character, you know.
Chris can't stand Ace Ventura.
But this is, I mean, it's each to their own. Its own preference. I think back then, when they came out, they're brilliant, absolutely brilliant films.
I think around that time. I think around that time.
Hey, Tori.
I think around that time with Ace Ventura, not Ace Ventura, sorry, the Cable Guy. We had films like Ace Ventura and stuff like that, didn't we? The Adam Sandler silly type of comedy. Like your Billy Madisons and all that. Yeah. They were all that type of comedy, that type of humour. And I think now, if you watch those films now, we watched Billy Madison a couple of months ago, and it's just one of those films that you just put on and throw away an hour and a half of your life, just enjoying it.
So what about Little Nicky?
I don't think I was a fan of that when it was out.
Give me Happy Gilmore and Wedding Singer all day.
Yeah, give me Happy Gilmore. I wasn't a big fan of The Wedding Singer, but I think I prefer Happy Gilmore over Little Nicky, and I think I prefer Happy Gilmore over 50 First Dates.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is that we all have our own little terrible film, Little Steve. Which one's that, Little Nicky? Yeah, it's just the thing is with Little Nicky is, again, the cast in it is massive, but it's just the way he's his voice that does me head in. I think that's probably the best way of doing it, best way of saying it, because it's not an accent, it's just his voice does me head in.
What was the one he did? It was a Hubie Halloween or something like that.
Yeah, no, there was that the Netflix one not long back.
Yeah, but he must have signed a deal with the devil to have like 5 Netflix movies that were all shit at that same time, mustn't he? You know, let's just throw it out there. But yeah, there you go. Chris is saying the same. Sandler just repeats. He does what he does, and he repeats his character. Yeah.
But it worked for a certain number of years, didn't it? And that's the thing, is like that last one he's done, and I for the life of me I can't remember the name of it, but it's to do with diamonds. That one is a much more serious movie, and it's a different way of going. But every time you saw his studio pop up, like at the start of a movie, you knew it was going to be bollocks, for want of a better word. You know, and there were so many of them, but they just kept spitting them out. But I got sick of seeing the same things over again, and it's a similar thing with Jim Carrey, but there is only a few of them that I could probably do without. The majority of his movies I will watch and enjoy. The Diamond one is shit. Yeah, but it's each their own. It was a different. What I'm saying, Chris, is it was a different sort of movie. It wasn't his usual slapstick. It's probably not slapstick, but that crap comedy that he does. You know, but I think that train left the station ages ago.
Sorry, if I go dark all of a sudden, it's because the cat keeps running in and attacking the light with the stand.
The cat attracted to the light.
Yeah, she's
away from the light.
She's having a mad half hour and attacking the stand at the lights on.
Stay away from the light. But
so if you hear some little meow and then you hear, yeah, that's it. She's just crashed and burned.
Now, Tori's put a comment in there. Modern day Steve Martin's. Steve Martin on his day was amazing. Absolutely brilliant. Like Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Planes, Trains and Automobiles. To name a few. Three Amigos. Trying to think what else.
I also like Steve Martin in like Parent Trap and not Parent Trap.
I know what you mean.
What was the films he did? Parenthood. And stuff like that. And what was it? So he did Sergeant Bilko as well, didn't he?
But I don't think he did it to the same degree where there was a movie every 6 months.
No.
And I think that's the difference. Is that during the sort of early 2000s, I would probably say it wasn't it? It was literally an Adam Sandler movie every 6 months, and then like back end of the 90s, it was Jim Carrey. But Steve Martin, I think for me, he's probably one of the better actors. Maybe Tori.
Out of the current crop now, then who's your modern day Adam Sandler?
Bloody hell. Who I'm sick of seeing in movies is probably what's he called? He was in The Greatest Showman. He was in
Zac Efron.
Baywatch. No, Baywatch. Yeah, sorry, what did I say? Yeah, Zac Efron. I'm sick of seeing him in movies. Jack Whitehall. Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely, Jack Whitehall.
Don't get me started on Jack Whitehall. If you've watched my Clifford the Big Red Dog review, you know what I think of Jack Whitehall.
Well, the thing is, he's on everything. I mean, I enjoy the programs with him and his dad. I enjoy that. These stand-ups are good, but he's getting cast in movies now. You know, it's probably the weakest part of the Jungle Cruise. I think.
Lana made a good point before when we were talking about it. She was like, you know, obviously Clifford's a good film to get him in, and Jungle Cruise is a good film to get him in. If you want kids to recognise him as an actor and not parents recognise him as a British comedian. You know,
yeah, but he probably got that Jungle Cruise because he whinged about Frozen, because he had a character in Frozen that he did some lines for, and then he ended up being the silent guy.
He only had 2 lines, just a love elf or whatever it was, love troll.
Yeah,
you know, Robert and then he cut both lines out of it.
Yeah. Are you worried about Robert Pattinson as Batman? Just out of curiosity.
I'm not. No, I'm not worried as for Robert Pattinson being Batman as I was Ben Affleck being Batman.
Yeah, true.
If that makes sense. That I think the Batman it's a different type of, it's more of a darker, grittier Batman than what Affleck was supposed to be playing.
I know I went slightly off cue there with that one, but I just wondered because he's been quite a wooden actor in everything else he's done. Which I suppose that might see
one, depending if you like Twilight. But I'm not worried too much about the Batman, because if it fails, it fails, and it's just another failed DC movie.
We've still got the Dark Knight trilogy, haven't we?
Yeah, it's not linking into the DCU. However, the DCU seems dead at the moment. You know, because they've got no Batman, they've got no Superman.
Hey, David.
No Cyborg.
Yeah.
So what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, that's true. true.
I'm more concerned about Marvel at the moment that I am about.
I haven't seen the Ten Rings one yet, but that's apparently really good. It's up there with Black Panther apparently, so I need to get around to watching that because I watched Venom this week. It was more of the same. You see, the thing is that he's an anti-hero, isn't he? So he's a villain, but he's also an anti-hero. But I'm not sure.
You might as well just call him a schizophrenic.
Yeah.
You've got two personalities wanting to do two different things.
There is not much that I don't like with Tom Hardy in. I think I really like him as an actor. I think he's great. But I'm not sure what he was actually playing in that movie. Was it a villain or was it an anti-hero? Because I'm not 100%.
I don't think he knows himself. I think that's the whole point of Venom. He just doesn't know what he is himself.
Yeah. I mean, there was some funny moments in it.
Because he's a nobody on his planet, isn't he? Venom. He's one of the he's
yeah.
With the barrel nobody.
Yeah, there's a key bit where he turns around. He's like, "Oh, I'm not doing this. He's a red one."
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
You never told me he's a red one. I get my ass kicked, and he just decided no, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, but I think on first viewing of that, it was sort of, it just seemed like more of the same. Which if that's what people are after, then great. I think you were right with the tie-in. Yeah, I think you were right with the tie-in. I think Tori loves Tom Hardy by the looks of it. But he's such a great actor. And to pull off when he did Legend, to pull off two actors, two sort of characters was great.
See, I just love Tom Hardy and Warrior.
There's 100%.
There's something about that film that gets
falling the eyes out at the end on that one.
But going back to Venom though, and the tie-in to Spider-Man, obviously at the end. Sorry, guys, do I need to put a spoiler alert up? Have we all watched Venom 2 yet?
I probably doubt it, but you already sort of cracked that case open last week, didn't you?
So, it's going back to the Spider-Man thing, and I think that's Sony's way of saying to Disney, look, we're bowing down a little bit here.
Yeah.
And we want a bit of this money. But it's also a good way of bringing like Deadpool and Venom and some of the other ones that are on the edges of what's going on into the main.
They did. To be fair though, even though it was like Tom Hardy's character and Venom, it did have a sort of element of sort of a it's got a Deadpool sort of vibe to it, but the comedy side of it was definitely like a Deadpool sort of vibe to it, wasn't it? The sort of the comedy in it.
It was the way that he kept going. Can I eat his brain yet? Can
I eat him? Yeah.
Come on, let me just get rid of him for you. She's mine, sort of thing.
It wasn't a long movie though. I think it was only about an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, an hour and a half.
So, which is unusual in the modern day when it comes to sort of superhero movies.
But again, it's a Sony film, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not a main. I know Sony are a mainstream studio, but it wasn't a mainstream story or like Disney or Mobius is supposed to be the same.
Yeah.
When that comes out.
Well, that'd be interesting because that seems like it's been in production for ever, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So that'd be interesting to see that one when it comes out. But yeah, that was just like that.
I was gonna jump in to pick up for the week, but you've already seen to showing yours off.
No, I haven't.
Have you not?
No, I definitely haven't.
Right. Okay. Let's pick
Roll VT.
So before Steve starts, and I've already shown this off in our Instagram account. So So we went to Warrington and with some friends at the weekend, and they have got the best cash converters ever in Warrington, right? It's full of figures, it's full of like bagged up little figures that they don't know what they've got, and they're all like £2, £3, whatever. And I always look in the window before I go in. That's where I got me Space Marine from and stuff like that. And then I saw this hiding in the background.
Just all over it. It'd been there for years.
Right. But I also made a deal with Lana that I wouldn't buy anything. Have a quick look, then I'll leave the store and she can have a look around and she can pick me up some Christmas presents for Santa to bring me in amongst them.
Oh, right. Yeah, of course, yeah.
In the 30 seconds of me walking through the door, I'm saying to the bloke, can I have that? And she's like, right, that was it. Boom. That was the end of the deal for the whole day after that. But yeah, it's a signed Roxanne Dawson picture from Roxanne played B'Elanna Torres in Voyager.
Yeah.
And there's some really nice Voyager prints in there as well. So I'm going to, because the frame's a bit shot that it's in. So I'm going to take all the backing off and reframe it and whatever. But it's now given me a predicament about where I put it. So I'm going to have to rearrange my picture wall, I think. Or correction, Lana's going to have to rearrange the picture to get it in. And it's brilliant. It was only £5 as well.
That's a bargain.
£5.
Surprised it hadn't sold already.
And I am like, it was hidden behind all the stuff. Lucky enough, I'm 5'11", so I could see over the rest of the crap that was hiding behind. Lana probably wouldn't have seen it being 5'3". So it's just like, right.
The fiver is neither here nor there for you, is it? You know,
no, not at all.
That doesn't count to don't spend any money, Steve.
Yeah, so I'll have to. Yeah, let me see if I can move the camera so you can get a better view of it.
It's massive.
That's it. So bearing in mind that's on the chest. There's the end of the chest of drawers, and that's how big the frame is. So yeah, it's brilliant. £5 wasn't leaving that behind, and then I had to run it back to the car. It's the first shop we'd been in. I had to run it back to the car and put it away because I was walking around town for the rest of it.
Well, do you have any wedding photos that can be moved? Good point, Stu. Very good point.
I am only allowed in this room. Right?
He's not allowed out of it.
My stuff's not allowed anywhere else around the house. Lana's got some planes and stuff downstairs, and we've got bits that we share around the house, but my stuff's got to stay in this room.
Yeah. So I think I'm 5'10", 5'11", so we'll find out in a week or so, Dave. I'm going to get me big shoes on and hopefully be at the same size as Steve.
It's not the height. We keep saying this. It was more the weight. You know, I'm a good 4 or 5 stone heavier than you.
So there's just for sake of it, there's a couple of people that were a little bit later than others coming to the stream. I do appreciate you being here, so thank you for that. But we're having a conversation on Chris's live earlier, at least the chat was, about whether it was Blur or Oasis. And ironically, when I've been out today and had a look, I noticed this jumper in the charity shop, so I had to pick it up. But I'm going to show it again, just so you can see it. It's well cool. It's got all different songs on it. Yeah, look at that bad boy.
There you go.
Look at that. I'm well chuffed with that. So yeah, that's. I fell asleep when Chris was. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
what I could do is that I could just give you a quick tour of the room while I've got you. So that's obviously the bookcases behind me that you can see all the Transformers and stuff. See,
like Blair Witch Project, the shaky cam.
Yeah, that's where I've put me GoBots commandees up there. Then I've got me Alien and me Space Marine there, and I've got some that's my work desk. That's
Yes,
where
it is a tour, Dave. You are very blessed.
So that's so when you say to me, all I do all day is watch films and I'm working, that's how easy it is. You know.
Yeah, but look, the computer is in the corner. The TV's facing outwards. So how are you watching telly?
Don't forget, this has got a 120-degree bend on the lens. It just looks like it's sticking out. So over there's my Star Wars shelf and all my little figures, and then the spare bed, and then there's my other picture wall. So that's the picture wall Lana's going to have to try and fit thingy in.
Lana's going to have to do it.
Yeah, Lana's better with that type of stuff. So,
oh God,
if it was me, they'll just all be all in straight lines going down, and it'll just look mad. But yeah, work desk PS4. No, I've not got a PS4, mate. I'm an Xbox man. Always
so
been an Xbox man.
Come on then, because I really want to show some of this off.
Come on then, let's get you
all right.
out there.
So I'll start with the first one. I picked up a DVD today. I wouldn't usually buy these on DVD, but when I've got the other ones, I can't justify getting the Blu-ray set just yet. So I picked up Line of Duty Season 6, which is arguably the weaker of the series, but it goes with the other ones. So I've got all of them now. So that was one pickup today. A couple of other ones I picked up. Not really for a movie related, but I got The Killers live at Albert Hall.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to go with the music stuff I've got as well. I picked up Mallrats.
Yeah.
Got that to watch. Now I picked up that, the Rise of the Foot Soldier, because I picked up number 3 the other week. So I've got number 2 and number 3. I just need the Blu-ray really at number 2, but I'm gonna try and get them all. I picked up this. I would like to have the whole set eventually at one point, but this one, which is Poirot.
Mm-hmm.
So Murder on the Orient Express, Death on the Nile, and the ABC Murder. So I'm looking forward to giving them a watch. This was a bit of a strange one I picked up, but it was a steelbook, so I picked it up anyway, which is brand new and sealed. But it's the Juve black and white stripes. So I'm guessing it's either a season review or it's the story of, there you go, the Juventus story.
Did you share that on Instagram?
I'm not sure if I did. I'm not sure if I did.
Did you just send us a picture of it?
I think I might have just sent it you, that one.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But there was 2 of them in the charity shop. But I thought I'll just pick up the one because I only want one. And then this was a strange one. I went into one of the charity shops today and they had a load of comics and graphic novels. So it was 2 for £1. I did pick up something else as well, but I picked up these 2.
Oh,
so I got these 2 mate. But underneath all this crap, and this was not going anywhere but home with me.
Is that the cartoon Back to the Future?
It seems to be a comic, cartoon, graphic novel, whatever you want to call it, of Back to the Future. But it's like the trains from 3 in it. So I don't know if this is like a continuation on. But I mean, it's issue number 4, so there's more of them to collect. But I think similar to the Quantum Leap ones I've now got. I didn't even know this existed. So when I was sieving through all these little bits of magazines that were left and stuff, I was like, I'm having that. That's brilliant.
When you settle down in whichever room you're going to be in going forward, you're going to do what I did and put a load of my comics and frames on the wall, because that comic haul that I bought from Chris in one of the auctions, that's what most of those are. The ones on the wall behind me are all comics that I got from him. Yeah,
like I say, I mean, I've got a whole bundle of Back to the Future stuff to eventually get up, but to put up. But that I couldn't believe that. I was like, I'm having that. That's brilliant. I'm well chuffed with that. So that was my highlight of the week by far. But yeah, it was just unexpected. I wasn't expecting to pick that up where I picked it up. So dead chuffed with that.
Let me just address Stu's comment here. Swap the bed for a sleeping bag. Plenty of room. Yes, Stu, I have been planting the seed about getting rid of the bed for a while now, but my version of it is that I want a pool table in here.
No, just get yourself a settee bed thing.
Yeah, no, I want a pool table in here because that way when I'm working and I need to de-stress a little bit, I can go and play pool. Or I could be playing pool until I need to answer a video call and then make it look like I'm working.
Use a food table. See?
It's a good job no one from work actually watches this shit, isn't it?
It's going to happen when we're big and famous.
Sorry, if you're wondering what I'm playing with, it's cold in my room, so I've got my blankie on.
Oh my god!
So yeah, because Lana still hasn't brought me up my tea yet.
That's shocking.
It is
What
shocking.
service?
You know, I even surprised her tonight with pizza and wine.
Pizza and wine.
Yeah.
Wow.
And, the least you can do is bring me a cup of tea up. So, any other pickups? Did the chat picked up anything good this week or anything? No.
I picked up a load of CDs, but it's just things like I got some Nirvana ones and I picked up some Morrissey ones, but they're downstairs with the hoard of CDs I am currently collecting. I just walked out of work last week Friday. Had to go back. Forgot my house keys. Oh no way, Shabba! Shocking. We've had an update on the status of your brew, mate. It's going to be in a minute.
In a minute, yeah. You'll see it. Just go.
Give you the flask just to last you the hour.
Yeah. So
how come you? Oh, shocking!
I know.
How come you haven't been out today?
We're going shopping this weekend to get some of the Christmas presents and stuff like that. So depending on where we go, there's usually a couple of shops I can go into. We're going to go to Northwich Comic Con.
Yeah.
It was £5 entry, and you get a free gift. So if anyone's around Northwich, and you want to go somewhere, the Comic Con's on this Saturday. But I just haven't got the money. You know,
he stretched a fiver.
It torments the shit out of me that I'm walking around and I want all this stuff, and I just can't afford it.
Are you saving all the pennies for when we go down to Chris's?
Yeah. I'm going to go to his non-existent cheap charity shops.
Oh, we're going to have to do that.
Yeah, I'm just hoping there's a boot sale on. Can you just imagine the three of us running around the boot sale trying to get all the good stuff? But yeah, the Comic Con, the Comic Con stuff and the toy fairs. I love walking around. I love having a look at stuff, and then I pick it up and see the price of some of it, and I'm like, what?
I've never been to a Comic Con yet. I'd love to go.
But yeah, we were going to go there, but like I say, yeah, Lana's still doing the reselling. Yeah. In fact, shameless plug, not on this channel. There's Lana's store.
Yeah, I had a look on there the other day. I was hoping to see you modelling some more stuff.
No, only the coats that I've been modelling for about 6 months.
They're still not in fashion.
No, I know.
It's that Shelton coat thing gone. It's still there.
But yeah. So I need to get back into the reasonably priced stuff. There's a couple of bits on the web I'm looking at. I've saved some bits in my eBay store and had a look at Z's stuff. He shared this really gorgeous looking Daredevil before. I was like,
did he? I've got a Daredevil NECA statue thing downstairs.
Yeah, and it was only 28 quid, and I'm thinking I can push to that.
I could push to it.
But I have to wait, you see, for Santa because I'm on
Joanne's got a leaky roof. Mm.
So I'm on a buying bank for Santa coming in a month's time. Not that it stopped me buying something in cash converters, cash chinnies. Right. You know what we haven't done? We sort of just gone off on a tangent now a little bit.
No, never.
Look at our year.
A year? Let's go back to the year 2005.
Right. So the year for review was 2005. And my God, have I had a torrid time picking a top five.
Horrid time.
Yeah, it's a torrid time
Torrid.
picking a top
Horrid
five.
time. Let's deep
Torrid
dive.
time. It's this goddamn awful accent. That's all it is. Do you want to start your top five, mate?
Yeah, I can do. To be fair, when I started looking at the year, I was like, yeah, this will be easy. This is sod all out, really. And then I started looking a bit further down, and I was like, yeah. So I've actually got 11, but we'll go with the top five. So top five, I've got number 5, The Business.
That's a cracking film.
Love that film. Absolutely love it. In fact, I've got it here somewhere. But yeah, I've got it here somewhere. The Business. Such a great film. The soundtrack is awesome.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
That's the Badger. Bit Donny Dyer. Donny Dyer. Yes. But yeah, I just loved it. I think it's great. I think it's absolutely superb.
Just an update on the brew. I've just heard the click of the kettle.
Ooh. Keep us posted. Number 4, I have Walk the Line.
Yeah.
Really, really like that film. But I like there's not many films that Joaquin Phoenix does that I'm not a fan of. He's such a great actor. But to sort of portray Johnny Cash was just great. I've got a multitude of copies of that one, but it's such a great and Johnny Cash is a legend, isn't he? So the songs are great in it. Number 3, I've got Batman Begins.
Okay.
For me, it's my second favourite of the Dark Knight trilogy. I think it just pips the last one, Dark Knight Rises. With obviously Dark Knight being my favourite. So that's why it went to number 3. Number 2, Sin City.
Okay, yeah.
I love that film, but when it came out, it was so different. It was like 300, seeing that for the first time. That was, I thought it was a great film. And number 1, it has to be Revenge of the Sith. Has to be.
Oh, okay. That
Now,
surprised me.
There's a few reasons for that. At the time, I worked in retail. I worked in Toys R Us at the time, and I mean, they decorated the whole place. We had a big Darth Vader standee that I ended up taking home, and I had to get rid of it because it was scaring my young gun at the time. Apparently, I think she just wanted rid of it, though. To be fair, but I bought the figures, the film. I'd waited so long to see that character become Darth Vader, and Ewan McGregor in it he's a great actor for me. So I enjoy that one a lot better than the other two. Put it that way.
Which fight scenes did you enjoy better? The Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, and Maul fight from Phantom Menace, or Obi-Wan and Anakin from Revenge of the Sith?
See, I like the Darth Maul one in the Phantom Menace. I think that character, I'd love to have seen that character in a bit more of the movies. I know he's in the Clone Wars a lot more, but I would have loved to have seen him in the movies. But no, ultimately, the good versus evil sort of Anakin versus Obi-Wan. It's so fast-paced. The timing is impeccable on that. The
Darth Maul one, where he's standing there and he's pacing back and forth like a caged animal, and when they've put the force fields up, and it's when you hear the vroom, and you're like, oh, he's got a different stance to everybody else, and then you wear woof, and you're like, oh, he's got a
dual lightsaber, no way.
The little kid in me just went, oh.
Yeah, but I mean, there's flaws with that movie, but I think the third one for me is the better out of the 3.
Yeah.
Again, it's like Return of the Jedi, and we've been waiting for that sort of build up. Now, there's a couple of films that I would like to honourably mention, which is Michael Bay's The Island. Again, Ewan McGregor,
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson, V for Vendetta.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that would have been a really close. That's very close to my top 5. Goal, which is another one that I enjoyed. I didn't think I would, but enjoyed that film.
Mm-hmm.
Constantine, King Kong. Although King Kong's cinematically is a great movie, but I think it lacks on the story. I don't think Jack Black is the best thing in that at all. It's probably one of his weaker roles for me. And Brokeback Mountain, I enjoyed that. Okay. That was a good movie.
So, I've got 6, but I've got 5 mentioned, so I've also got 11 in a sense.
Hey Ashley,
baby, thank you.
Hey, I'm getting praise off Dave here. This has took me. I feel like I've achieved something here, Steve. Can we pause?
Yeah.
Dave has just put good man, little Steve. I'm not used to this praise off you, Dave. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Anyone that's just come in, thank you. Hey Ashley. Hey Ali, how you doing? Too much politics overshadows the storyline on Anakin. I felt sorry for Chris Hayden. I actually think now he would be a better Darth. Yeah, I mean,
Christian Hayden's coming back as Darth Vader for the Obi-Wan series. So we're gonna get that. There's for those of you that's not watched Rebels, there's a couple of scenes of Obi-Wan Kenobi and stuff, and Darth Vader get bashed around a bit there, and they're gonna build up to that in Anakin, in Obi-Wan. Sorry, Ashley, you've mentioned there that you're still trying to sell those Star Wars figures, because we talked about this.
Figures. Figures, are they?
We talked about this last year. That she's got a load of Star Wars vehicles and stuff like that. Andrew's just set up that wholesale group, hasn't he? Andrew and Chris set up the wholesale group, so you might try and get on there and get them sold. If one of our admins would like to put Ashley's eBay store into the chat here, we might be able to shift them a little bit on here for you.
I don't mind having a look at them, Ashley. If you've got your eBay store, that'd be great.
If it's the same ones that we were talking about last year on Drinking with Andrew, she's got some really good stuff.
I had, like I say, I mean, the thing is that working at Toys R Us was a curse and a blessing at the same time, because it was, I mean, obviously I opened the boxes, so I could get stuff out of there that was sort of the rarer ones. So I had a load of Star Wars figures, which was absolutely great. But I think a few years into it, I ended up getting rid of them, and I wish I bloody hadn't now. But that film, I waited ages for that film. As regards to,
you might be interested in a job lot of Star Wars, so feel free to put Ashley's store link in our chat now. And have a look at your own page though, not while we're live, because you're not going anywhere, you lot. My top 5 or 6. I've gone with Coach Carter.
Yeah.
The Island. Doom. I love that film. I just think that's brilliant. Yeah, Coach Carter. Yeah. He was on my Samuel Jackson's top 5 from 5.
Oh yes, of course it was.
Coach Carter. Star Wars, Revenge of the Sith. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah.
I love the original series, The Hitchhikers, and I loved reading the books as well. So if you ever heard me say so long and thank you for the fish, it's from Hitchhikers. And V for Vendetta is my number 1. I watched that last week, as you know. I put it in the group.
Yeah, I love V for Vendetta. Hugo, is it Hugo? What's he called? Hugo
Weaving.
Even that's the one.
Honorable mentions, I've gone with Elektra, King Kong, Batman Begins, Walk the Line, and Just Like Heaven, which is Mark Ruffalo and Reese Witherspoon. I really enjoyed that film. For those of you that haven't seen Just Like Heaven, go and watch it. It's a nice little lovey-dovey rom-com thing. Apart from that, she's dead and she doesn't know she's dead.
You're definitely the sensitive type.
I am just a big me to you bear, really. I give great hugs. But yeah, Just Like Heaven, go and watch that one if you're feeling a bit soppy.
Yeah, go on. Sorry, go on.
That's real. Actually, she's not dead. She's in a coma, isn't she? She's in a coma. And he moves into her flat. Yeah, it's all strange, but it's all good fun as well. And Electra,
if you ain't long enough, he'll tell you the whole story in a minute.
And Electra. And the reason why I picked Electra is because it's like Jennifer Garner's just probably my celebrity crush. Lana's got Kelly Brook, and I've got Jennifer Garner.
Wow. I mean, let's just say it didn't get the best response, the movie Electra, did it, on to the critics and everything?
No, it didn't. But then again, it's at the time of shit comic book movies, isn't it? If you were to bring back somebody to do Electra now, and bearing in mind, Daredevil wasn't a particularly good movie either. Yeah. And around that time you had Ghost Rider and Ghost Rider 2 as well. So it's
it wasn't the best. I just want to go back to this one that Ashley was saying about King Kong was awful. What was the poop CGI dinosaur all about? The thing that got me with King Kong, apart from the runtime, was when he was ice skating. I don't think that was necessary. But cinematically, I mean, I would imagine that looked great at the cinemas because I don't remember seeing it at the cinemas.
Sorry,
but I just thought Jack Black was a bit too much in that, and it ruined it for me. Plus, that it went on about 2 hours longer than it needed to be. I'm just reading through the comments here. Oh, here we go. Got one here. Is that Star Wars 3? Harry Potter, Goblet of Fire, Madagascar. So, would you say that Harry Potter, Goblet of Fire is one of your favourites then? Because I think I prefer the last couple of them and the first one maybe.
But don't forget, though, he's mentioning the favourite for that year.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and that's fine. Munich, I don't think I've seen that. You know, I know I'm familiar with it. And the Stinker of the Year was by far Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Absolutely terrible movie.
Yeah,
terrible. Although he probably got paid a fortune to do it. What's that? Great film, Coach Carter. I might be interested. Oh yeah, that's the Job Lot thing. I have loads more. I ended up unlisting them. Feel free to message me.
Yeah. From what I remember, it was a quite an extensive but good collection as well. But it was just Star Wars. Although I've got bits of Star Wars, it's not my go-to. But I would recommend getting in contact with Ashley, see if you can do a bit of a deal on that. Top actors of 2005.
Thanks for joining.
I've only got the top 4 though, Steve, before you beat yourself trying to come up with a load.
Right, top actors. Ewan McGregor?
No.
What? He did The Island and Star Wars?
Yeah, he's not in the top 4.
Hang on, let me refer back. Heath Ledger.
No.
Joaquin Phoenix?
No.
Keanu Reeves?
Yes, number 1.
Yeah. That's one. Right, go on.
Number 4, Ben Stiller. Number 3, Orlando Bloom. Number 2 was Will Ferrell. Number 1 was Keanu Reeves.
Will Ferrell, what did he do that year?
he's probably in like what's that car racing one in Balls of Steel and all that crap.
What that year?
Well, he was in pretty much everything, wasn't he? He was.
No, yeah, I suppose. But I don't think it was around that time. Well, he's obviously in it for something, isn't he?
He's in something, yeah. Best movies? Highest grossing movies, sorry, not best movies.
That would be Star Wars, Harry
Number
Potter,
1. Number 2.
King Kong,
No.
Batman.
No. Now, these surprised me, actually, and number 3 surprised the hell out of me because it was flipping awful. It starred the little fella from Mission Impossible. Give you a hint.
Say that again.
It stars the little fella from Mission Impossible.
What, Tom Cruise? Oh, War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds. That was number 3. And number 4, do you want me to pull out your misery? Because I don't think you'd ever get it.
Yeah, go for it.
Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. It was the 4th highest grossing film that year.
I enjoyed that. I thought it was okay, that film. That first one.
Yeah, I enjoy Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. The Voyage to the Dawn Shredder wasn't particularly good, and Prince Caspian wasn't very good either. But I do enjoy reading the book series, though.
I remember the original Lion, the Witch and Wardrobe. I want to say it was. I want to say it was BBC, but it might be Channel 4.
BBC. If you read the books, though, there is several stories before The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe.
Is it really?
Yeah. But yeah, that surprised me being number 4 for that year. The director, best director. Now I've took your advice. I've had a look at the 2006 winner.
Oh, you've changed the format.
Yes. So if you've looked at the 2005 winner, secretly you've got this wrong. So I've had a look at 2006 and took it back to 2005.
Right, so the one that... What do you want? Best director?
Best director.
Peter Jackson.
No. You've mentioned it in your list.
Yeah, but, like, I'm just thinking of director-wise. Nolan?
Nope.
George Lucas?
Nope.
Fucking hell.
Couple of guys get stuck in a mountain. Keep them
I don't know who directed that.
Ang
Lee. Huh?
Ang Lee.
Ang Lee. It's not Ang Lee. Ang Lee.
Ange.
Yeah,
Ange. You know, two blokes in a mountain and a woman called Ange. I don't know. I've never seen it. So yeah, Brokeback Mountain.
Deep Rape.
Brokeback Mountain won Best Director. Yeah, he played all of them, didn't he?
Yeah, it's that. Okay. Fucking Angley.
I took my notepad to work with me to make some notes when I was on site the other day, and I forgot to bring it in. So I'm using my calendar as a reference. And I've just realised it's actually still in October. It shows how much I use my calendar, doesn't it? So that's Daredevil. Who was November? Doctor Strange is November.
I tell you what, I really enjoy. I think Doctor Strange is an awesome character. Awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does in this new Spider-Man. Yeah, that's what he's kind of in the new Star Trek movies.
Right. So That was the year review.
Yes, it was the year review covered.
That was the
There was
year
a few decent movies that year.
There was. Shall we see what we've got for next week?
Oh, go on. Treat us.
Let's see if I can do this without kicking.
Sorry about this chair, guys. It just fucking moves when it wants.
Can we see?
Can we see the wheel? Where's the cheesy music? Cue the paw music. Oh, sugar. Oh!
2018.
2018.
2018. Bloody hell. Was there any films released in 2018?
Can you imagine if it's 2020?
2018 is our year for review.
It is, Dave, you are right. It's the lift music, isn't it?
Well,
you
were all a bit put off by the porno music. I
wanted the porno music.
You can have that back next week. I'll give you a bit of porno. Right. I've just put the link in the chat and we'll go on to the free-for-all section, shall we?
By all means.
By all means, let's go. So in this section, guys, you can all jump on if you want. Come and have a bit of a chinwag. Tell us what you've been watching, what you've picked up, what you've hated this week, and see where we go.
Ooh, well, now we're on free for all. There's actually one thing I watched this week that I want to talk about, which is I've put it somewhere. 1 second. This is proper organised. Where the bloody have I just put it? Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back in a second.
So I'll tell you what, I've watched a couple of things this week. I've watched the Hunger Games series again. I've watched Dune and No Time to Die. I haven't got around to watching Ghostbusters Afterlife. No, I did get around to watching Ghostbusters Afterlife. Sorry, I apologise. But I really did enjoy Dune. I never got to see it in the big screen. But if you were looking for 2.5 hours worth of action sci-fi, that's not the movie for you. But if you're looking for 2.5 hours of space drama that's setting up a great sequel, then that's definitely for you. But by my reckoning and knowing the book, I think we're only just over halfway through the book in the 2.5 hour film.
What's that one? Oh, the Dune, yeah.
Yeah, I think if I'm remembering the story correctly, we're about halfway through the first book. But I should have known we were in trouble when it comes up saying Dune Part 1 on the opening titles, and I was just like, right, okay, how far are we getting into this? Like in The Lord of the Rings, they sort of overlapped the books a little bit, didn't they? Things were in slightly different orders to make a bit more a cohesive film.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did quite like that, and I like the special effects as well. What did you think of the new Bond, Ashley? Because we had a bit of a chat about it last week. And
before you'd seen it, though.
Yeah, before I seen it, and now I've seen it this week. I wasn't a big fan of it. And I know what everyone's saying. It's sad. He's more human and everything. I just think it was a waste of a film.
I said to you, for me, and I apologise about this, guys. I'm trying to find a particular movie, and it's annoying me.
Just tell us what it is.
I will do in a minute. No, I said to you, Anna. I mean, we had another conversation about it after you'd watched it, and Remy Malek's character and Blofeld, they were so underused in that movie. So underused. It was more of a story about Bond and his love for that woman than it was about sort of good versus evil. And they were so wasted, them characters. That's the way I looked at it with them. Why the fuck is this? But it is the Me Too of oh my god, you're joking. You're joking me.
What have you done?
It was on Netflix anyway, so at least I can watch the making of.
This just sums up, Steve, that you have no idea what's on those shelves behind you.
It's because when I moved into this room, I didn't have the time to put all of them in order. So I've got 3 shelves over there full of them, 2 of these over there full of them, and then I've got all of these. But I got to a point. I mean, I was building it live while Andrew was on a late night one night, and I got to a point where I was so annoyed. I just did the A's and the B's and then chucked everything else in. Thought I'll sort it later. But then I had to put other stuff back in the room from the other room. So I'm now in a situation where until we either move or whatever happens, I'm living in this point where I've got B with L, an M, an S, and it's driving me bonkers. But there was a movie I watched. I think it's called Is it Under the Skin? 1 second.
Yeah, totally agree, Ashley. The baddies were a real letdown, and
yes, it was. It was.
The whole accidental death of Blofeld as well just sort of ruined it for me.
Mate, he's an iconic character.
Yeah,
and literally, he got touched.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry for ruining it for anybody out there. I thought I'd jump on it before Steve did.
So
hey,
let's just correct you there, Steve. Bond didn't touch a man and he died. Yeah.
Did he not?
Yeah, but not in the way.
Did he? Did he though? Did he though?
Not in the way
did he
that
though?
would probably suggest, Steve. No.
Did he though? Did he?
But hey, Tam and Bell.
Did he kill him by hugging him?
I think he killed him by All right.
Which means they should social distance, really, shouldn't they? They should social distance.
Are we past the point where it's spoiler alerts for Bond now?
No, because that's only one person. That's not the whole movie. We're not gonna. But the thing is that it's a cinematic movie, which is great because I like my Bond films, but it was a little bit too long, and I was so looking forward to Rami Malek being a villain and the return of Christopher Waltz, and that was the worst part for me to try and get over, was how underutilized those characters were. And even when Rami Malek come into it, you wasn't really 100% sure where his sort of motivation lied.
Yeah.
You know, there was a very vague backstory, but it wasn't to the degree.
I didn't understand the whole backstory, and I didn't understand why he was so obsessed with it, because it doesn't really explain it too good, does it?
No.
Dune's like that. It's slow build up, big event, slow build up, big event. But it's more real. It's more in line with the book than I'd say was it 84 the first the original film. It's more in line with that. They do change a couple of the characters a little bit as well to make it a bit more modern day friendly.
Modern day friendly?
Modern day friendly, yeah.
Are we talking about the Me Too again?
No, I think they show off characters different characteristics in this film than they do in the original one.
He's not Bond the womanizer, is he? He's not. He's more sensitive than that, and he's lost his ability to chat women up by the looks of it.
Well, in Dune, Baron Harkonnen, who's the bad guy, in the first film, he was a bit more of he's a bit more of a creep, shall we say, than what he is. He's a bit more sexually active. However, in this one, he's a bit more manipulative. That's the word. And that side, his darker side of it comes out in this film. So they've shown off different characteristics than they did do in the original one. However, he's still very true to character from the book, which I like. But 2.5 hours to get through halfway through the story is a bit much. You know?
Yeah, so just to sort of, I can't find it, so just get back to it. I think Ashley mentioned it earlier on. Yeah, so there's one called Under the Skin, right? It's a 2013 movie, sci-fi drama, which I'm not sure you can have sci-fi and drama in the same sentence. But it was one of those movies where I'd seen someone mention it in a chat on one of these sort of talk show things, chat things like us. But they were like, the more you don't know about it, the better. So don't watch the trailers, just watch the film. And I had picked it up a while back, and I was determined that as I get the piss taken out of me the majority of every week for having movies that I've never seen or getting round to see, I dragged it out, and I was like, I'll watch that one. And I sat there for a good hour and a half, 2 hours, and it was one of the most difficult watches I've ever had. I mean, I was determined to watch it. I was like, I'm not turning this off. It might be crap. I might not understand it, but I'm not turning it off. I'm going to watch it all the way through. And I had to watch videos afterwards to try and explain what the movie was about, because it was so messed up. It was weird as hell. But the general premise is that you've got Scarlett Johansson's character is sort of an alien that's come from another world, and her primary target is to. I'll explain this because people might actually understand it. The primary objective is to kill males. So obviously, it's a bit like a species thing, you know, like her sexuality is what drags them in, sort of thing. And they go into some sort of grinder, and it's some sort of fuel or whatever. I'm not 100% sure. But she starts becoming human and feeling for people. But it's such a weird movie. And again, yeah, it's filmed in Scotland. Because at first I was looking at it thinking, that looks like sort of a town centre. I even thought at one point it was Manchester. And then when the sort of your extras and stuff came in and they were all Scottish, I was like, okay. So it's filmed in Scotland, but it's such a bizarre movie. You have to sort of really go back, and it might be one of those where I have to watch it again now I understand what it's about. But yeah, it's just weird. It's got the soundtrack's a bit like dark as well. But yeah, so I'd watched that this week, but it was definitely one of those films I wanted to talk about, but I don't know if it actually appeals to anybody. It's like an experimental sort of. It's not how do I describe it? It's not a B movie per se. It's more like a. It's not a budget movie really either. Is
it an A-list B movie?
Probably. I mean, she's like the main character in it, but it's like, I say that's the right word, indie movie. So you know when you've got these big actors that are like, I just want to do indie movies for a while. It was one of those situations where I couldn't see how Scarlett Johansson would be in one of these movies, but it seems to be sort of one of those indie movies that she's obviously taken on board. But I think it's to do with a book as well, so I think that's another tie-in with it. So
AMPG saying, has anyone watched The Spy? A couple of people have said no, but he's put, it's a true story about an Israeli spy who's infiltrated the Syrian high command. Sacha Baron Cohen as a serious actor, it's really good. He recommends it. Okay, I'll have to. Did you say that was on Netflix? Did you earlier on? I think he said.
What's this from Ashley? Yeah, The Spy on Netflix. I'll have to watch that.
There we go. That's one to watch.
What's this? In fact, they didn't tell people it was a film for some of the scenes. Had to fill in a consent form in after they had been filmed. Really? Hey, Tam and Bell, if I've mentioned already, how glad. Thanks for coming. And it was just. I very rarely get it, but it's just one of those films. I've never seen a few. I've seen a few stills from Under the Skin. You could probably guess the scene, Steve. Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. It's just one of those movies where I didn't know what was going on. But when I watched a few videos afterwards, like the review stuff, and you know when you go like I don't know, Under the Skin Explained or something like that, or Ending Explained, I had to watch a few of those to try and figure out what the hell I'd just watched. But when you look back and watch it and see it again, it sort of makes sense. But it's such a bizarre movie.
It doesn't look like we're going to get any guests during the free for all. So why don't we just pick The Spy as the homework movie?
Yeah, definitely. That sounds a good idea.
AN recommends it, and it's on Netflix, so it's easy accessible for everybody. Then we'll pick The Spy for homework movie. So the year will be 2018, and the film's The Spy.
Perfect. I can't believe I knew I'd bought it, mate. I knew I'd bought that at some point. You know what? It's one of those cash generator ones as well. So it's like where they've got about 20 copies of it.
Mm.
You know, I can't believe that, honestly. You know.
Oh, he's saying it's a series. There's 5 or 6 parts. Oh, you never said that before.
Now we've got to binge watch The Spy.
Unless somebody comes on with a film.
Yeah, please save us from The Spy.
Yeah.
So, I watched Tiger King 2 this week.
Now, Chris said he watched this, or he tried to watch this, and I said, is it the offcuts from the first series that no one's seen? And he seems to think you're reliving a lot of the stuff that you've already seen.
Well, because, I mean, the guy's banged up in prison, isn't it? So This is predominantly like some of the stories about his defense attorneys trying to get him out and what sort of stuff they've got. But I think the thing is that after the first one, there was obviously a lot of complaints from Carol Baskin and them other 2 fellas, the ones that stole his zoo.
Yeah.
That there wasn't a lot of their stuff aired. So I think what they've tried to do is try and be a bit more open-minded with it when it comes to like the second series and give them more of a chance to sort of air their side of the stories. So there's a couple of things like
dicks.
Yeah, so they don't all look. I mean, they all look like knobheads anyway. And in Carol Baskin, definitely, I think there's definitely something in that with her husband. But her husband wasn't exactly a saint. There's some stories that come out about him and what he did with his pastime and stuff. So there is some more stuff in it. It's not the same. It's not the same as the first one. I mean, nowhere near. It's more of like the effects of the first one. It's like it is a continuation, but it's difficult because obviously he is in prison and there's not much more they can do with that.
So is it more Netflix way of apologising to the people they may have offended?
No. But what it has done is it's give them more of a platform.
Right.
So they're still banging on the same drum as to what could have happened with certain things. But what it does do is allow them to have their say, and you sort of make your mind up. You know, out of the 2 stories that are coming out, but it's like there's like interviews with Carol Baskin's missing ex-husband, his family, you know, and stuff like that. So there is more involvement, and then you've got like his now ex-husband that was, I think he was just with him to be famous, to be fair, and getting his 10 minutes of fame or 5 minutes of fame. You know, and there's a few audio calls with the Tiger King himself, but it's more about like the other parks as well, and the other zoo owners and who's being investigated now and what's happening with them. But it's I'd watch it because I enjoyed the first series, but it's not of the same caliber of the first series by a long shot.
Am I right in thinking Cobra Kai's out next week on Netflix?
No, I thought that was the back end of December.
Are you sure? I thought it was brought forward to the start of December.
Oh, I hope so, but I was under the impression that we literally had to get past Christmas and it was out like the 28th of December.
I thought it was brought forward to the start of December because there's a couple of series that are making a return this week and next week.
2 seconds, guys. 1 minute.
Let's have a look while he's gone. Cobra Kai. No, 31st of December. I thought it was brought forward. That's my fault, guys. Sorry.
Sorry about
that. 31st of December. I thought it was brought forward.
See, I told you it was the back end.
Yeah, you just like the back end of everything you do.
Ha ha ha. Yeah, that's probably right, Shabba. Yeah. Well, I was pissing on the Class of '92 DVD, to be fair.
Well, it could have been worse. You could have took your camera with you like Andrew did last
week. Mate, I've just had an energy drink that's gone straight through me, so I do apologise.
80
cakes, hope you well.
Yeah, so there's a couple of things on Netflix that I want to watch. I tell you what, Netflix they didn't half confuse me though this week because is it Bebop Cowboy?
Yes, I've noticed it. Yeah,
they've got the cartoon as well as the live action one, and I thought it was the same thing when I saw it up there, but it's not. So I think I'll have to watch the live action version of it, and going through. So I take it you've had 4 days off work this week, did you say?
Yeah, well, I was in doing some training in one of the colleges yesterday.
Oh, so right. Did you get a video made or no?
No, mate. I literally, I was contemplating doing it today, but then because I was technically in work yesterday, I had to go and get some stuff for my shift, so I went out and got some shopping. And I sleep since seeing Andrew piss like that.
Yeah, so I thought I'd do a review on Clifford the Big Red Dog, and I thought it's been a while since I've put a video out, so I haven't seen many reviews of Clifford. And however, I have seen a few people comment that they've been to see it this week.
Yeah, with the kids, mate.
What?
They'll have gone to see it with the kids.
Yeah, I know, but I'm interested to see what. And people have agreed with me. It is a good film, and they really did enjoy it. But like I say, I'll be taking my two to the cinema to see it. I watched it with Lana the other day, and that was quite good.
You're a big grown up now. You can watch grown up movies as well.
Well, we covered it because I was trying to find something to watch. And I went, "Oh, Clifford," and because it saves me a trip to the cinema to see it now with Lana.
Oh,
but yeah, so we watched Clifford. What else have we got this week? What else? Oh, I haven't. I've been playing a lot of Halo Infinity. Been playing a lot of Halo at the moment.
Really?
Can't wait for the campaign. However, it was stated that the campaign was going to be free on Xbox Live as well as multiplayer, but it's not. The campaign's £55. So it's just like, right, okay. So I think I'll have to.
This is one of the movies I need to get to watch. I need to watch that at some point. I've never seen it.
Requiem for a Dream.
Yeah, that's another one I need to get watched next. I think I like Falling Down. That's a good film. Just one guy losing his mind after a busy day. Great film, that.
I tell you what film I watched the other day was Man on Fire. Denzel
Oh,
Washington.
that's a classic.
Yeah, I did like that. I forgot how dark that gets.
Yeah.
But they did change the end of that.
Hey, Nick. Yeah, we are nutters. I hope you're well. I saw his video the other day. His Nick on Nick action. I've been waiting for that one. I'm glad you're feeling better, by the way, mate. I was waiting for that. It was really good.
So I did a bit of research on Man on Fire, and they changed the ending of it, didn't they, compared to the based on a true story and the book that came out on it as well. So
for you, the movie experience for you lasts about 6 hours, doesn't it? Because you've got like prepping for it, watching it, and then doing stuff after reviewing it.
I just love reading all about what happens, and like you say, Abby, for that, I'm not spoiling it. The film's probably about 10, 15 years old, so I'm going to talk about it anyway. But the story of Man on Fire, it based on the book, Petra dies and not Creasy, and I didn't know that. You know, Creasy survives it and Petra actually dies. So Peter, actually dies, and that would have put a completely different twist on the film.
Yeah. There's a few movies like that, though, isn't there, where there's like an ending sometimes that are actually better. Yeah, so you're welcome, Nick. It's like I say, the charity thing was amazing, so great, but just watching Nick on Nick was just well worth it. I'm so chuffed Lex did that. Got him to do that. That's so good. Yeah, exactly, Ash. It was absolutely Nick in bedsea with Nick on Nick.
Is that better, Ashley? Just wanted to leave that there. Yeah. So, no, you're right. If I like a film, I'll go out and I'll read about.
Go the extra mile, won't you?
Yeah, and I do, and I love it, and it comes in handy when we're doing quizzes and stuff like that. And
yeah,
so
definitely.
I am a bit geeky when it comes to stuff like that.
Do you know what? I do exactly the same thing. To be fair, I mean, I'll tend to watch a trailer before I watch a film, and then when I've watched the film, I'll sort of watch a few videos just to try and get a bit more on it. Especially either if I don't understand it like that under the skin, or I want to know how something's done. But I said to you before, that's the reason why I have so much physical media. It's because I love to watch the extras as well. Just some of them, like some of the big ones, like Titanic and stuff like that, just have a ridiculous amount of extras on them. So long. And Avatar.
I used to be like you. Then I got married, and then my collection had to dwindle down.
Yeah. Well, mine's accelerated, unfortunately.
But mine has in other ways. I had to have something to fill the empty bookshelves.
Lana could go up there and look at those figures as much as she wants, can't she?
Lana knows when Lana knows when I die, she's well looked after in my collection. Keeping a straight face was not easy. I bet it wasn't, Nick. I'm glad you're feeling
brilliant. Can you imagine though? He's not feeling well, and he's still got to do that. That is proper hardcore, that, isn't it?
Yeah. That's Andrea saying that you can't move out of bed for 2 weeks now. You're fucking doing this.
Yeah, exactly. At least if you're in there, get a picture with Nick. Yeah. Get a video with Nick in there.
Just for those that are joining us late, next week, the review is, that's probably next year's review is 2018, and we never actually got a film, did we?
Mate, we'll be meeting up the next day. We'll be closer. We won't be this far away.
That's it. You might get an impromptu movie chats live next weekend, guys, because unfortunately we volunteered when we found out that a certain person may be moving house, and we made a bit of a joke of it that we'll go down and help him move. Unfortunately, that joke become reality, and we're making our way down to Devon on Friday. So little Steve and I are in the same hotel, aren't we, mate?
Yeah.
Despite my best efforts in naming 3 hotels.
So I messaged you, literally. I messaged you and you're like, well, it's this one, it's this one, it's this one. I'm like, which one is it? I had to get the boss in charge, get Lana on there to find out where exactly it was.
Apparently, Torquay doesn't have a Holiday Inn. That's
no. Sorry, guys. Andrea's not very well, bless her.
Oh, sorry.
I hope she feels better soon. Oh, bless her.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all sending her the best. Positive vibes, like that one. That's that one. But yeah, like I say, we're going to be so close next week.
Yeah. So
we're in the pajamas, ready to go, get an early night.
We might have an impromptu. And if you see Chris going live on Saturday, tell him to put the camera down and give us a hand moving, because we are moving his house. You know, it's not Chris filming the Truckle Brothers.
I'm telling you, he's just after a vlog.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to it, and it'll be good to catch up with everybody in person, because believe it or not, Steve and I have never met in person.
No, that's fine yet. Oh, thanks, Nate. We were looking forward to it, mate. I definitely need a break. Unfortunately, my wife can't make it, so her and Little are staying here. Mm-hmm. So we was going to be lads on tour, but then Lana had to come along and, ruin it for everyone.
Lana's coming to babysit Belle, isn't she?
I think she's coming to babysit you, mate. To be fair, she doesn't trust you on your own. You'll never get there.
She's just coming to play with Cookie. That's all it is. She's play a weekend with Cookie. Yeah, so we've not met in person, and it'll be the first time all 3 of us are together, isn't it?
Yeah. So if there's no movie chats after that, we fell out. So
yeah. We'll be on opposite sides. We'll be off that way. Yeah, so it should be good fun. And like you say, so you might get some clips and some quick stuff there. Let us know what you're thinking about the content we're putting out as well, because I have tried doing some of these short fun facts instead of a bigger videos. Let me know if you're enjoying them. I know Tori's gone a bit. She went on a bit of a watch marathon of all the things put in the air. No, we're not traveling down together, Tori. Steve's about an hour and a half away from me, aren't you, mate?
No, 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah, and it's only a 4.5 hour journey, 5 hour journey. So,
well, I was wondering if you were going to come and pick me up. To be honest, I thought it might be cheaper.
I don't like it that much, mate. I've got to spend 2 days with you anyway.
Car share.
But yeah.
But it's going to be great, mate. I mean, it'd be nice to sort of catch up with Chris and Belle, but
you're never going to let me live that down, are you?
Twats on tour, yeah, exactly. Twats on tour, that'll be the video.
I don't think YouTube will let me put that as a title, though. But you see, one slip of the tongue, and it's never going to go away.
Yeah, exactly. I told you, that was it. You've scarred it for life now. That's scarred it. It's ruined it. But yeah, so we're looking forward to that, and hopefully I might get some pickups while I'm down there and take advantage of that time. So I'm hoping to.
We'll see how much of Chris's collection goes missing.
Yeah, we'll see if I can sneak Steve off a bit from Lana, and we'll go shopping and just pretend that he's not spending money.
I don't know. There wasn't really much in Torquay in the way of shops.
Well, there will be now. There'll be loads, mate. There'll be loads now. You don't want to spend it.
No, that's it. I'm more considering just finding a bar and sitting there for 2 days and let you lot do all the work. I'm sure I
You
can
probably see
drink.
Chris in there.
I'm sure I can drink Torquay Drive, Southern Comfort. Yeah. No, let us know about the content, guys.
Yeah,
if you're
please.
enjoying the mini facts or the short form facts, or if you want bigger videos, I'm happy to do either or. I've got a couple of more movie reviews.
Hey, Rich.
Right, Rich, you traitor.
We
I know where you've been.
all know where you've been, Rich. We've just had an hour and a half talking about it.
So,
no, thank you for coming, mate.
So I've got a couple of more videos coming out in the next couple of days. So keep an eye out for them. Stevie, when are you looking at getting yours out now, mate?
It's to be continued. You see, you put me on a pedestal now, so I'm trying to make sure I get something right. I want to do my Robin Williams one though, so I don't know whether that'll be my first one or what. I'm not sure, but it might not be as flashy as yours with the intros and everything. I'm not sure yet.
Well, you can always send it over to me, mate, if you want, and I can do some editing on it.
Yeah, that might be an idea. I might do that actually, but then you might edit it wrong. Make me look an idiot.
No matter how much editing I do on it, you still look like that. All right. Let's...
I don't know if I trust to put that in your hands, to be fair. But yeah, I'm hoping to get.
I can't edit ugly, mate. I can only make it look better.
Ooh. Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, so Tori says she likes the format. That's all right. They're only 40-second long, those the fun facts, but they're work in progress. So any comments or anything like that or criticisms is
no worries, see, it doesn't matter, mate. Thanks for coming, I appreciate it.
Yeah, so any comments or criticisms or constructive criticisms is greatly appreciated. Like I say, I'm still learning with the content, so
yes. But I need to break this up now because the pressure's getting more and more.
You do need to get one out, don't you? My back is killing me from carrying your weight all this time.
Oh,
it's like show 16 now, Steve.
I know, as you keep pointing out, mate, just how many of these little shorts you've done.
It was like when Chris was mentioning something before, and I said, "Yeah, I know. It's going to take me a while going back through them all."
I've done so many of them.
The amount that I've done.
They all equal up to about a minute.
Hey, bearing in mind though, they have helped us hit 1,000 views this month.
Mate, that's amazing. Thank you everybody for watching. I really appreciate that.
We had 1,047 views in the last 28 days. So thank you guys for
thanks, I appreciate that.
And helping us, and we'll get hopefully we'll get to the 500 subs. That's going to be our next milestone, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as we said before a million times, we'd do this with 10 people watching, for 2 people watching, but we're so grateful with everybody that coming in and watching us. So thank you for that. But we're just going to hit what we hit when we hit it, innit? Just take it as it is. The 1,000 views so far is just amazing. So thank you for that, guys. And on that note, where are we going next?
Have we got anything else next?
No, I think we're pretty much done, aren't we?
Yeah. What have we not got? What have we not done? No,
thanks, Rich.
I'm just looking at me list. No, we've done everything. We've done everything. I put the link in the chat there, guys. Again, if you want to come on for 10 minutes or so and have a quick chat, let us know what you've been getting up to. You might have a sneaky order for that Daredevil that you shared before. I hate the way you do that on a Thursday because I'm going to come on and I'm going to go boop, and it's mine. But yeah,
is there only one of them, Steve?
I'm hoping there's only one of them. He's probably sold 10 of them and telling everybody it's the only one he's had.
It's the last one left. I watched his video. I think was it yesterday's? Or yeah, it was yesterday's. I think where he's had his the ET out the window's gone. Prop ET. I was like, that's well cool. That. I mean, I've got a few ETs potted around somewhere, but that is pretty cool.
Yeah, the one that you shared on your Facebook, Z. The one with the cross, the cross tombstone. The what else did it? Oh, and I love those Alien and Predator 3D prints that he got from the tattoo woman the other day.
Ah, yeah.
And he just torments me when he walks back in the office and they're there on the wall.
I'll show you my Daredevil. It might have a bit of dust on it, but give me a second, I'll get it.
Yeah, is that the big one for 80 quid that you've got, see? All right. See you, Ashley. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, that's the one. Oh, that's cool as well. Look how dusty that is.
Mate, it's been on the unit. I've got a glass cabinet on it. But it's... One sec, I'll just milk thingy so it's like... Just put me on big...
Oh, there you go. I'm on big screen. Yeah, that's awesome, that, Steve. Yeah, 2 seconds, mate. I'll put you on big screen. That's brilliant. So we were talking the other day about your mate's Marvel collection. Do you know, his Iron Man and his Tony Starks and stuff. Is that from like the same series?
Sorry, I've got my son just trying to open up my Back to the Future. You can sod off. You're moving out if you do that. Right. Yeah, it was about the same sort of time, yeah. But I've got like a big Alien as well. But I've got quite a few of them in a glass cabinet downstairs.
I've got a big Alien and I've not got it.
Well, for a start, I've got a load of his toys in front of the glass cabinet, so it'd take me ages to get out.
I think that'll look ace up here with the rest.
It probably would look ace up there, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. For those who just joined, I was talking earlier on about I'd done a little charity shop, popped to a charity shop earlier on, and managed to find this thing. So I'm dead chuffed with that magazine. But yeah, I've got loads, mate. I've got loads of figures. But I have a glass cabinet that was supposed to be in the front room on display, and then when Little Un was born, it's accumulated a load of toys in front of it, so it's hardly on display at the minute. So I'm hoping when I get a bigger room, I can put it in there as well.
No, I had a bit of tidy around of my stuff, and like I say, I moved GoBot's Command up on the top, out the way, which freed up the shelf here. So I bought me Alien and Predators off the top down here.
Yeah.
So they're displayed better. You can actually see them now. And I forgot I had this because it was hiding up on the top shelf, and it's not an impressive one or nothing, but it was the Emissary Predator from the latest film, and it's still in the box. I forgot I had it. It was hiding on the top shelf. So yeah,
very nice.
But there's your NECA figures that you sent me, mate. The two there in the corner. And there's my smaller queen and my bigger queens up there. And, yeah. And then I've got these little bits down on this row as well. I got a Figma Alien. I got that quite cheap. But I saw one in Warrington at the weekend, and it was like 70 quid. And I was like,
Ridiculous
I
amount, isn't
never paid that for mine. And it was the same figure. But yeah. But I need to Alien. There's no good sitting in your house.
No, it's clearly not. It's wasted in mine, mate. It's in a corner hidden. It's only about this big.
Yeah, Z, that's a nice figure. You've got to get out the box. Yeah, to be honest with you, Z, I'm surprised it's still in the box. As you can see, I'm not one that keeps things in the box. They need to be out. They need to be played with, and they need to be displayed.
They need to be played with. That's the thing for you.
They need to be played with, and then once you've played with them, they become collectibles after that.
Yeah.
You know, Figma is expensive. Yeah, I didn't realize how expensive. I can't remember paying that much for mine, but I must have got it before a price hike or something.
Yeah, it's not for you, that, mate.
Yeah.
My son's interested in watching that. I know. Yeah.
You have to pose some exception. Yeah, my Alien Queen's currently fighting with me power loader at the moment up there, and my power loader would have been down with this lot.
Fair enough.
What else have I got? I think I've shown you most of my new stuff.
Yeah. We've just had the tour.
Yeah. I picked up another Star Wars pop to go on my Star Wars shelf.
Fair enough.
Did I ever show you my Star Wars M&Ms?
Yes, you did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you actually showed them on one of the lives. Actually.
Did I?
Yeah, I think so. I think you.
Yeah.
You can read them ones if you want.
I've slowed down my collection since I can only get 10% off. To be fair, though, Shabba, I did have a look at the movie chat 10. It works actually on Z's store, so I might. He was true to his word, and he set up a 10% discount for movie chats. So that was nice of him.
Right.
You're
singing?
Yeah, let's have a look. See, let's have a proper look. I know I've got some of the smaller reactive transformers, haven't you? Which aren't quite the ones I collect, unfortunately.
The pits and the pits and the
You like your hat?
You did it.
Gabba, 15% might tempt me.
Bless him.
So, thank you guys for those that turned up late.
Thank you very much for coming.
Thanks for coming along. Please go back and watch it because we did review 2005. 2005 was a great year for movies. Now the ones that we have.
Thank you everyone for coming. Really appreciate it.
If you go back and watch it, that'd be great. And what time are we on next week, Steve?
We can do 7 o'clock next week, mate. It's fine.
7
I have to be in bed earlier. You know, big day the next day.
Why? What are we doing?
Oh, I'm busy, mate. I'm going on a trip.
All right.
Don't say.
No, we're planning to get down quite early on in the afternoon, I reckon, and have some tea, whatever. So we'll probably end up catching tea together if you want on Friday night.
Yeah, I think that's the plan. Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate you coming in today. And the guys that came in later, thank you so much for coming along.
Okay, guys. We're Steve's, and you've been watching Movie Chats, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Night, guys. Take care. See you later.